We arrived at the world's most powerful weapons by looking into the most dangerous weapons of mass destruction. The largest nuclear bombs ever built and their range and lethality. The most dangerous chemical weapons and weapons that were fatal in world wars and were then advanced with today's technology and science. Keep an eye on this space. 1. RPG. RPGs are shoulder-launched missiles that discharge rockets with explosive warheads. Because RPGs may be carried by one person, they are frequently used as anti-tank weapons because of its simplicity, low cost of construction and launchers, and high effectiveness. It has been adopted by over 40 countries throughout the world. It can be used against infantry formations, armored and reinforced targets, and even vehicles. It was used in several conflicts and wars over the second half of the 20th century, and it was continually improved. 2. AH-64 Apache gunship. The Boeing AH-64 Apache is a twin-turboshaft assault helicopter with 2 seats. It has night vision devices, as well as a sensor suite for locating targets. On board are a 30mm M230 chain gun and Hydra 70 rocket pods. The U.S. Army used the helicopter for the first time in April 1986. It has been used as the primary attack helicopter in Singapore and the United Arab Emirates. The AH-64 Apache gunship was built by Hughes Helicopters and McDonnell Douglas, among other businesses. Hughes Helicopters was a major military and civilian helicopter manufacturer from the 1950s through the 1980s. McDonnell Douglas purchased it in 1984 and founded McDonnell Douglas Helicopter Systems as a subsidiary. In 1997, McDonnell Douglas and Boeing merged to form Boeing. 3. The F-35 Lightning II fighter jets. This weapon is a multi-role fighter with a single engine and poor visibility. Airspace domination, warfare against land and sea targets, and observation are the main missions of the aircraft carrier. It was based on the experimental X-35 fighter jet that won the Joint Strike Fighter competition. It is still in the development stage, which has been extended due to increased demand, more prices, and a more limited budget. In a report released on January 26, 2012, the U.S. Department of Defense reiterated its commitment to the F-35 program, calling it a top priority. So far, the plane's development has been supported by the United States and the United Kingdom, with additional countries expressing interest in deploying it. The F-35 Lightning II was designed in 3 versions: conventional takeoff and landing, as well as a naval version for use on aircraft carrier decks. With an 80% mutual match, parts are maximally unified for all 3 categories. Internal weaponry was projected, resulting in a reduction in visibility. Stealth. The prototype development and design was handled by Lockheed Martin, LMT, and its Advanced Technologies Unit. The prototype F-35 Lightning II took to the skies for the first time on December 15, 2006. It's intended to replace the United States, United Kingdom's, and other allies' entire fleet of middle-class fighter fighters. On the list of U.S. defense contractors, Lockheed Martin stood at the top. In 2013, military sales accounted for 78% of the company's earnings, and the Pentagon paid out roughly 10% of that amount. Commercial and other contracts totaled $900 million, while foreign government deals were $5.8 billion, 13%. 2%? The U.S. Department of Defense accounts for around half of the firm's annual sales. 4. Aircraft carrier. The Nimitz class of nuclear-powered aircraft carriers is part of the U.S. Navy's Nimitz fleet. The Nimitz is the world's first aircraft carrier and one of the world's largest warships. The name was inspired by Chester V. Nimitz, the Pacific Fleet commander during World War II. The aircraft carrier Nimitz is the only one of the class named solely after the person for whom it was built. It's also the only aircraft carrier in its class that isn't named after a politician from the United States. It premiered on May 3, 1975. Nimitz set out on his first mission on July 7, 1976. It's predicted that each one will cost $4.5 billion. Newport News Shipbuilding, NNS, a subsidiary of Huntington Ingalls Industries, HITI, Virginia's largest industrial employer, and one of the U.S. Navy's 2 submarine suppliers, is building them. They work on both refueling and modernizing nuclear reactors. 5. Chimera virus. On our list of the world's most powerful weapons, the chimera virus ranks 5th. In Greek mythology, a chimera is an animal made out of fragments from other creatures, such as a hippogriff or griffin, and this is how the virus is described. Some of us might not have seen this weapon, or maybe some in movies, but this is a deadly weapon. If this catches anyone, then death meets them. 6. The Agni missile is a missile developed by the Italian company Agni. On our list of the most powerful weapons, India's Agni missile is ranked 10th. India developed the Agni missile, which is named after one of the 5 natural elements. Agni missiles are nuclear-capable long-range surface-to-surface ballistic missiles. 7. The Trident 2B5 SLBM is a long-range ballistic missile. On our list of the most powerful weapons in the world, the Trident missile is ranked 7th. The U.S. Navy's Ohio-class submarines and the Royal Navy's Vanguard-class submarines both carry Trident missiles with American warheads. Neptune's famous Trident inspired the missile's moniker. 8. ICBM. A nuclear-capable missile having a range of at least 5,500 kilometers is known as an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM. It is escorted to its desired location. Intercontinental ballistic missiles can be launched by submarines. These weapons were a key part of the MAD concept because they gave the government the ability to strike back and eliminate the opponent. It basically guaranteed that the opponent would be attacked again. 9. MOB. It was created by Albert L. Weinwerts. The mother of all explosions was a 9-ton explosive toy designed to detonate underground bunkers and infrastructure. Terrorists and their clandestine training camps in Afghanistan's highlands were the target of this operation. It was the Pentagon's most powerful conventional bomb, functioning on the theory of vacuum, in which the explosive charge simply draws in oxygen, ignites the cloud, and causes a shock wave and high temperatures on all ground and subsurface objects. It can destroy 9 city blocks with a radius of 137.61 meters. The MOB was first utilized in combat on April 13, 2017, when it was fired in an airstrike in the Achin district. 10. T-Ghost. It's a disguised tank with BAE Systems adaptive camouflage that hides from hostile thermal imaging equipment. The Ghost tank also comes with a 120 mm compact main weapon with cutting-edge technology that reduces recoil and overall vehicle weight. As a result, a medium tank destroyer with both agility and strength has been developed. In theory, the cutting-edge electronics aboard this tank allow users to launch an assault before opposing forces are even aware of its presence. 11. Hybrid Insect Micro-Electromechanical System, HIMEMS. Another science fiction-inspired military structure, this time in the form of insects. Although it appears like a circuit board has been attached to the back of a beetle, this is actually a simplified representation of a technology that has evolved over time. DARPA obtained some interesting details about this military equipment through a Freedom of Information Act request, including many stages for optimal survivability. Cameras and tracking technologies clearly give superior or perfect object tracking that you and I could never anticipate, making them ideal for eavesdropping on enemy forces or even country inhabitants. 12. The XM25 counter-defilade target engagement device. To be fair, the XM25 has roughly 4 times the effective range of standard grenade launchers, but it is also rather heavy and difficult to operate. Development and deployment have been put on hold due to budget cuts and other issues. In any case, this is a highly lethal weapon in combat. Have you seen or heard of any other military weaponry in action? Please let me know what you think about these weapons in the comments area. These are dangerous weapons that not just anyone can handle. Military armaments, including body armor grenades that ended up in an Atlanta yard, were also lost or stolen, according to the Associated Press. Loss or destruction of weaponry affected military sites from coast to coast and across the world. Someone in Afghanistan broke the locks on an army container and took 65 Beretta M9s, the same type of gun recovered in Albany. The theft went unreported for at least 2 weeks, and empty pistol crates were located in the facility. Weapons have yet to be discovered. Thank you for sticking with me all the way to the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like it, and leave a comment down below. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel and make sure your post notifications are turned on so you don't miss out on any future wonderful videos. More lit videos will be coming soon.